Thank you for joining us. We're back once again talking Team One. Team One talks for San Diego Loyal. We'll get right quick to this one. You know him, you love him. Top leading scorer all time for San Diego Loyal, El Buen Tumi Moshobane. Tumi, how are you?
Good, how you doing?
Good, good, Tumi.
Good.
Thank you again for joining us. We've had this little project to speak to all the Team One players that have been here since literally the beginning of this team, Tumi. And could you just kind of start us off with, what was Toomey like before San Diego Loyal when he found out about the team? What were your thoughts about? Hey, I might go play in San Diego, and how did you find out about San Diego Loyal?
Yeah, obviously, when I first found out about San Diego Loyal, it was exciting. Uh, just to hear that a team from California wanted to, you know, for you to be a part of something that they're gonna start was was just like I guess a blessing. Obviously, it happened that I found out through this with my previous club where I was with Nate, where he was a head coach, and I was kind of in search of teams and stuff, and yeah, he reached out to me and let me know that San Diego Lawyers, well, he's going there and he's like interested to bring me along. And honestly, it was once I heard that, I guess it was kind of like a sort of like a done deal of where I wanted to go. And yeah,
And when you first came here, everyone just thought, okay, we have a winger here, but you've been all over the field from playing the 10 role, playing on the wings, playing up on top. What is actually your preferred position to play on the field?
yeah, obviously, uh, with I guess the amount of like times I've played soccer and stuff, I've learned to adapt in many different ways. But yeah, ideally for me, it's probably like that probably second forward role, kind of like second forward that links between the middle and yeah.
That's awesome. And again, we've seen you play everywhere on the pitch, and you've been very versatile, Alan. We've been there since the first season, seeing Toomey develop. Even in that pandemic season, take it away.
Yeah, the I think that I love about you is how important family is, connection family. Like, how important was it to have some people that you're familiar with, like Nate or some men with you?
So I think he cut off a little bit, Alan. I think Toomey, he's asking, you came to San Diego, you knew Nate, you knew Grant. How was that like coming with somebody that you already knew? Because we know family is very important with you.
Yeah, obviously coming with Grant, Nate, and uh, I guess from our previous club, it helped I guess in a way adapt to more so I'd say soccer here and just having people and playing uh, for a coach that like you understand what he wants and for a team that obviously understands how it wants to play, it was kind of like an easy transition for me, I'd say.
No, love it. And I mean, to be completely honest to me, and we've all found out, Nate doesn't have the simplest style of coaching. His play style isn't really, I want to say easy because it's not. And we've been at
Yeah.
trainings, we've been seeing him grow as a coach himself. But are you really close to Coach Miller now, with where outside of football, you go to him, or what's that relationship like?
Yeah, we're pretty close, I'd say. Uh, Obviously, he lets me know like how he wants to play, and obviously what he expects from me, and how he expects me to, I guess, deliver my performances and stuff. And yeah, we get to connect more in on the pitch and in practice and stuff.
And let's talk about it, right? You're the leading scorer of the team so far. What has probably been your favorite goal in the team? We've talked about the last 4 years, but what's the one goal that you're like, yeah, this is it. This is my favorite goal I've scored for the team, at least so far.
So far, oof. Uh, I'd probably say it's between. the El Paso goal this year and the goal that I scored coming off the bench against Orange County in our home game, I'd say,
Hmm.
because of we were like 10 men down. Obviously, I think we were tied, and I came in and I guess got the winner, which was something very special. And yeah, we needed that victory too.
Yeah, and that's I think when we started seeing the celebration, the Tumi times. How did all that start? Did it start with the commentary, people saying Tumi time? How did it all start for you?
Yeah, obviously the commentary, the commentator, yeah, there it is. We call it. Yeah, but the commentator, obviously he got that phrase. I mean, he created that catchy phrase of "to me time," and I just was thinking of like, obviously, I was also like thinking of ways to create like a signature celebration for myself, and I guess that was like perfect. Like it helped me make my job easier, basically, and that's what I
Alan?
decided to choose.
Love it.
Yeah, now you have like a branded hat, you have a branded celebration. Is that like is that cement your like legacy here in San Diego, I guess? Like what does that feel like to have your name on a hat and like a recognizable celebration and call? Like what does that mean to you?
It means everything, honestly. I never thought like, I guess in my wildest dreams that I could, I guess, bring joy to a lot of people and impact uh, a lot of people, like our supporters. They've been awesome to me. I've heard nothing but, I guess, great comments about how they enjoy watching me play and how I guess bring joy to them when I'm on the field and the way I play, which is amazing. So that's an amazing one too. It was, yeah, great atmosphere at switchbacks, and just to score there was amazing too.
And I mean, you've had your very different ways of scoring too. And I mean, we can go back. Year one was a version of Toomey that we were getting introduced to, and year two, you really came into your own, and you really developed into this team and became it was incredibly important. Did you notice a jump, a change between year one, year two, or what's it like just navigating and really getting into settling to San Diego Loyal?
Yeah, year one for me was obviously my first year in USL Championship, and for me, I took that year, I approached that year as, I guess, kind of like a learning curve as to try to understand the league, and you see how intense it is, how understand, I guess, the players, and how how difficult it would be. And heading into the off season for year two, I was just like, I guess, preparing myself based on what I've seen and what I've experienced on how to come out year two and, I guess, be the best version of myself. And yeah, I worked a lot off season to get to that point, and the season came through, and it was probably uh maybe one of my best seasons here in San Diego Loyal. So,
Love it.
And we know after, I mean, obviously with the pandemic and everything going on pause, you guys were having training sessions and all that. How was that like for you? Just knowing that you had to work out either from home or anything like that, and following the instructor like on a computer essentially.
yeah, it was a totally different experience, I'd say, and a very very difficult one, a very kind of lonely in terms of how like the environment of the professional life is. Uh, yeah, it was very hard, but I guess the team found creative ways to make it fun and exciting for us, and not just be in your room just yeah doing push-ups, sit-ups, yeah, squats and all that, but they made it enjoyable, and obviously trying to give us like fun, like activities once stuff started to open out, like different kind of environments of training, and not just going to the field and training, like just different locations that were like exciting.
Yeah, we've heard horse parks, small
Yeah,
sided pitches, like literally
Indoor fields.
indoor fields, everything.
yeah, yeah. It was fun times.
Alan?
Speaking of a little bit more creativity, I've noticed that you wear your socks differently than anyone else does on the team. Is that like a nod to somebody? Is that just to show off a little bit of personality? Like, what's the story behind like flipping to like the orange is at the bottom instead of the top? Like,
Yeah,
yeah,
probably personality. Yeah, I feel like I've always looked good with short socks. I tried long socks like in the past during my youth days in South Africa, and for me, I just didn't feel, I don't know, confident, maybe, if you understand, as a player, when I felt like the short stocks maybe like stick out, and it helped it in a way. You know how players wear probably like colorful boots to boost their
Mhm.
confidence and like stuff like that. Yeah, just those little details. Yeah.
No, that's absolutely true. When I used to play goalkeeper, if I wore white socks, in my mind I was 10 times lighter and I could fly more.
Yeah. True.
I love it. But I mean, again, you've been part of this team. You've had a lot of teammates. What is or who actually have been some of your favorite teammates to play on the pitch with? Like we've had Charlie say that it was Colin loved playing out there. Charlie and just kind of saying different players. But for you, who are some players that stick out that you really enjoy sharing the pitch with?
uh, I'd say a lot of people. Obviously, the people I started with, Grant, uh, Charlie, Colin. Yeah, they they've been, it has been awesome, like playing with, I guess, those three. Based off, because I guess we understood each other, I guess, throughout the whole 4 years of how we play and like our playing styles, and just to see each other adapt and still connect on the field, it's it's been amazing.
Yeah, and I mean, we are gonna have a picture here. Tony's gonna show us, but this is Toomey year one. Now, if you were able to look back and talk to this Toomey and give him some advice, what would you tell this Toomey?
Wow. uh I mean, I'd tell him to believe in himself, uh and just to keep working hard, and just enjoy every moment, because you never know when, I guess, stuff, like when anything could end, and to just take every moment and day by day with joy and love, and just, yeah, just be the best you can be in that moment.
I love that. I love that, Alan.
yeah. And then I guess on the flip side, now that we're kind of toward the end of our time together with San Diego, like obviously you've created this like legacy of who Tumi Moshobane, no longer Tumi Moshobane, but Tumi Moshobane. Now we got your name right. We can celebrate that. Like, what are you hoping that people, like, the lasting memory of Tumi is for San Diegans?
I'm hoping, I guess, they see me, or they they view my legacy as that player that gave everything for the club, and the player that uh, did everything he could to make the game exciting for them, and to just bring a bit of that flair, uh, that excitement, and I guess, yeah, that teammate that worked hard for the team and just gave it everything he could.
I love that. Actually, in touching on that, Alan, and to me, like, who did you tell? Like, it took 4 years for people to get your name right. I remember in the first Spanish commentary, I knew who all the players were, but
Yeah.
they would keep talking about Robinson, Robinson, aquí viene Robinson, Robinson con la bola, Robinson, and we're like, who's
Who's
Robinson? And then it came out to Tumi, Robinson, Moshobane. Well, back then it was
Yeah.
Moshobane, but like, what was that now? Like, hey, it's this not my name. Like, who did you tell, or how did that go about?
Uh, I remember. I think yeah. Shannon came to me in one of our practices, and I guess I don't know. I think there was like a misunderstanding of like pronunciations and like names of players in commentary. I guess away games and stuff. And Shannon, I guess one day came down to practice and tried to like get us all to record our last name so that they can send out to the broadcast people to get it right. And it's only that moment where they kind of like realize that my name has been said pretty much wrong all this whole time. And
Oh
to be fair,
man.
like I really didn't mind it because it all started, I guess, in Lansing too,
Hmm.
where obviously the supporters there had really like created like chants like over like here with
Hmm.
my with the name Moshobane because it I guess rhymed with a lot of chants
Okay.
and yeah and then my family too like thought it was very unique and they loved it and like I just kind of like stuck with it and until that moment.
I love that. That's
Wow.
very polite of you, Tumi.
Yeah, that
That's
is. That
really,
is
really
very
good.
polite. Uh, so I think a lot of fans and people want to know, just in general, like, what does Toomey enjoy doing in San Diego on a weekend? What have you loved about San Diego in your time here so far?
uh Obviously in the weekend I'd say just I relax, try to spend time with my dogs as you heard them.
We love them.
Yeah, barking in the background. Yeah, spend time with my dogs and my fiance and just yeah, try to do activities, go to the beach and just explore San Diego.
Love it. That's what we're here for, right? That's why we pay the rent. Well, I don't know.
Yeah.
Not you, Tumi. Us. Señor Allen?
I was gonna say, like, I'm all about dogs interrupting podcasts. Like, usually
Yeah.
it's, I mean, none of them up here. My dogs are at home, but
Yeah.
it's usually one of mine that interrupts. So it hits right at home. And that was my question to be like, whose dogs are they? How many do you have? What do they look like? I'm all about like, we're gonna turn into a
Yeah.
Toomey's dog episode. Also, congratulations on engagement. I don't know if that's like a new thing or not, but you know, awesome to hear that. And I'm sure, you know, the San Diegans who you interacted with have been more than happy to interact with you. You've always been a bright, sunlight. The smile. You talk about the flair. We see it. We enjoy it. So it's been a pleasure getting to watch you play. Um, and I appreciate you bringing the dogs onto the podcast as well. We
Appreciate
appreciate it.
it. Yeah. I
No,
managed to get them settled way before the podcast because yeah, they were wild a little bit.
it's okay. Bring them on.
But yeah.
Yeah.
We'll bring mine on. So we've been asking all the players that we've been having from Team One. Tumi, again, thank you for coming on and joining us. People are loving getting to hear the experience of these 4 years. People who have been here, just like you, have been wanting to, connect a little bit more. But we've been asking all the players to give us 3 words to pretty much describe and sum up your San Diego Loyal experience. If you can have 3 words to just put together of what these last 4 years have been for you, what would they be?
3 different words.
Yeah.
Mm, I'd say fun, uh, enjoyable, and for this last phase of the year, electric.
I love
Absolutely.
that.
No,
It has been.
100%. I mean,
Yeah.
these fans are amazing. 109 is rocking. It's
Yeah.
well, what's that fandom like compared to, obviously played at Kaiser Chiefs. Like these are
Yeah.
massive teams, but what about the brand of supporters that you've been having here in San Diego?
It's been amazing, honestly. I've never come across like a fan base that's I guess so closely connected, and that just is able to chant throughout the whole game despite of the results or like how the team is going. And they've honestly lifted us in tough times and in good times too. And yeah, it's just been total appreciation to be able to play in front of them and just be there for them too.
And I just want to follow up, right? You guys got another home playoff match, so there's gonna be one more home game. Uh, in this last game, you saw the tifo said, "Bury us with the cup." As the players in the locker room, does that add any pressure? Is that just motivating to try to push for a championship in this last year the team has?
No, honestly, it's more motivating than putting pressure on all of us because obviously we know that this is our last year here, and we all wanna, end this year with something very, very special for San Diego, for our fans, and just for what this club has built, and I guess yeah, and just to cement like its foundation and to put in the history books that this was something very beautiful.
Absolutely. Anything else, Alan? Perfect. I mean, I think we've come to know you on the field, and you've been able to. We really come to know you as a player and who you are, and we've seen you kind of grow into really enjoying the game these last 4 years. And I think, again, speak for everybody who's been able to watch you, that it's been a pleasure, and just being able to have you represent San Diego the way that you have, and be all about it, and just overall, just it's one of the things where you're going to be a San Diegan for life, and you're going to be welcomed here whenever you decide to come back, come or stay here, however you see it, to me. But again, thank you for your time. If you want to stick around, we're going to go ahead and just do a little wrap up, and then we'll finish this off. Thank you, Tumi.
Thank you guys, appreciate it.
Thank you.